And there we have it. I have to really wonder what we're coming up against here, Quirky, because as we've said many times in the past, Probe is an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. In fact, he might be the deputy assistant acting vice director of S.H.I.E.L.D. But Bistork, if Probe is an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Bistork is a Hydra member. Very much so. He is the opposite of Probe in many respects. The most important one probably being that Bistork's a GPO champion.
Yeah. Yeah, but Probe is a ESL ANZ Open Cup champion, fueled by Dare!
3 times.
3 times. But anyway, we are getting into our first map here for this best of 3 series. We are on Everdream. Yaku, have you ever dreamed that you would see this matchup here?
I mean, that's mostly my reality whenever I cast of light.
Yeah, okay. And sporting in the bottom left, the blue Protoss representing Legacy Esports, whose jersey I got yesterday, came with a free cap as well. And boy, it is comfortable as hell. Recommend you should all get that. Go to shop.legacy.com.au. But anyway, enough of shilling for me. This is Probe. And spawning in the top right, the pink Protoss from Hong Kong, representing Bulbul Pain. This is Bistork.
Jersey talk always kind of makes me giggle a little.
Why? Can you still have Claire's jersey?
We're in lockdown right now. I can't say it.
Well, a little bit of a probes passing each other here.
Yeah, unfortunately, no hip bop. Too many mineral walks. And by too many, I do mean 1. And we are, just...
Standard as hell. Safe. No proxies. Pylons in the main.
No, you just love standard play Quirky in a PvP. It's, hype. Standard play in PvP, it's my favorite.
Actually, PvP is exciting. I don't get why people don't like PvPs. I like PvPs.
I mean, playing a PvP is the consensus from most pro players, other than Zest, mind you, is PvP is just not a very... It's not a matchup where you can really...
What?
That is a pylon placement if I've ever seen one. And that is from Probe. Okay, it's from Probe, so that's...
probably just giving high ground vision.
Yep. Oh, I mean, that Probe... That pylon for Bistork? Yeah, no, that's just a standard pylon block.
No, I'm talking about the one from Probe.
Well, yeah. It's...
That you put up there.
Is that in range of the Nexus? I have to wonder. Or would he have to plop down a gateway in order to get the fast warp-ins, the zoom-ins, as I like to call them?
I mean, you could get there, but your opponent wouldn't know about it, so... Well, we do have 2 probes out on the map, 1 from each player here. As it looks like Bistork's going for this heavy adept style.
Well, yeah, it is something that he is kind of known for at this point. This and prox and cannon rushes. Is one of the few players who goes mass adepts in PvP, which is actually a fairly... I wouldn't call it meta, but it's something that a lot of players are throwing in every now and then. The idea is kind of a human wave. You want to shield in, body block your opponent's army, and just get your glaive on.
Yeah, get your glaive on. Get your glaive on. Get your glaive on. But Pro being sneaky with that proxy pylon there. Gonna shade in 2 stalkers, was it? It wasn't looking
2 adepts.
2 adepts
were what they were.
So now the adepts here over Bistork. I haven't gotten in. Can he get the blood? No, we can't. The adepts are just gonna shade in, but there's stalkers there.
And this is why we do say that Probe is an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. He is just so on top of this. He'll be blocking the Adepts of Bistork coming into his base, but as a downside, it does also mean that he's blocking out this Nexus.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the Adepts of Probe didn't really get too much done. They still just... that's a Warp Prism. I'm like, figured... Oh, they're just hanging around the natural, but... Oh, these Adepts actually get in!
Good kill at the pylon.
Force field there, nice by Probe with that one sentry there. Shield gonna shade on out. Two Adepts there, nice. Mid walking there, and now the Immortal is out for Probe. Looks like these Adepts have to come back in. Oh no, I thought they were gonna shade away.
Well, I think it's a yep, there's that fake out, but this is actually really looking really good for Bistork. Now, the counterattack from Probe has been prompted, but he's pretty safe back at home. Not only is he getting the Immortal, he also has a shield battery over in his natural, but he does have to be careful. If Probe wants to take advantage of this, he can drain the energy of that shield battery, but not quite getting there.
Yeah, well, looks like Bistork is going for that Soul Train style again.
Well, if it worked once, it'll work multiple different times. This time we'll be getting the Twilight Council behind that. We do see a Robo Bay coming up from Probe, which is not really what I'd have expected from Probe, but then again, I haven't seen too many of his PvPs.
Oh, yes, oh my god. And now Probe, actually he's gone for that support robotics bay here. What's he get? Oh, he's got to get disruptors.
Yeah, a little bit surprising coming out from Probe, but they are generally what you want in the PvP.
Mm-hmm.
Probe going to be turtling up quite a bit here with the addition of shield batteries, but Bistork, he's looking to punch through the heart, man. He is looking to just pierce on through.
Well, that first disruptor is going to be out. Meanwhile, Probe is just going to keep on harassing with this Warp Prism and Thing Style here. Recall going to be used. Back. The disruptor is out. Where's the first purification over going to be? Let's see. Goes out. What can it find? It'll find a lot of units there. And even with the force fields.
Yeah, I think the force fields actually kind of benefit a little bit more there. But
Probe is target firing some probes down at the natural. Does manage to get 6 in total. Nice Warp Prism micro here from Probe to keep his Immortals alive, and he will fend this off here. Shade on forward. Straight into the depths here. They want to get surround purification over. Does land on the Immortals. Does take him down to half health.
Are we going to see another Probe versus Seether-esque game? It's not going to be the case quite yet. But I got worried there for a second. Bistork is not looking too good economically, but he has actually rebuilt very, very quickly his losses. He cannot really keep up this attack, though.
No, he can't. Glaives almost finished. Yeah, Stargate as well going to be the call of the day as well. And charge getting started here by Bistork as well. So this is looking going to be turned into a bit of a scrap fest, I reckon.
It is starting to go that way, but a transition is already starting from Bistork. It might not be that much of a scrap fest if Bistork is able to take advantage of his advantage, you know, go from a advantage to a huge advantage.
Oh.
Good Immortal drop here. Could actually be the Disruptor. Nice pick off here coming out from Probe. And now he's looking to get even more, but not going to be risking too much. Manages to get out with his Immortals and his Warp Prism. So clutch.
Oh, Probe was trying to go for a Disruptor drop here, but doesn't manage to find anything, I think. Yeah, didn't really manage to. That's both his Disruptors gone now. As Probe's looking to transition back into, into more standard PvP. Phoenix is on the way here from Bistork. And now Probe will see, there's a Phoenix out, so there's a Stargate.
And that's a real Phoenix as opposed to Probe's fake.
Haluk.
Hashtag called out. You're a fake Haluk. You're a fake Phoenix. Bistork has the real thing coming in. But Probe gonna be looking to turn the tables in this dynamic. Gonna be the aggressor now, rallying just about everything he can across the map. That warpism of Probe, is it still... Okay, there it is. So it's still alive, and it's not trapped behind Bistork's lines anymore. And that's absolutely the key here for Probe.
It's going to be containing 4 Adepts here. Charge is almost done as well, so you might expect some charge lot warp bins as well happening here. Is 2 Adepts here, just trying to pick off as much as they can. That Warp Prism is going to go down to these Phoenixes.
And that's just about the end of that harass, if I've ever seen one. Bistork, not really sure what to focus on right now, but should be able to take out every single harassing unit of Probe here. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, oh, the Adept's still alive, but
yeah.
On the other side of the map, quick little warp in of Zealots do mention come in, takes out, doesn't really do much here.
No, and meanwhile that one Adept did go down. Okay.
That indeed it did. Both players just going to be consolidating their forces here. I still, man, Bistork's position is just looking so insanely good here. He's already getting his +1 upgrades with as well as a Probe, who doesn't even have a Forge. They're both going to be transitioning into Archons. But on the flip side of that, Bistork is going to have all of that plus Phoenix.
A third base, yeah.
And a third base. I'm not really sure how Probe is going to be able to recover. Well, I do know how Probe is going to be able to recover from this just by being the Assistant Deputy Acting Vice Directorate of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Let's see what happens. Warpers are going to be coming in.
You gotta be careful here, Bistork. You gotta be careful. He does manage to drop the load and goes straight into the main. Actually picks out a couple of units here, which might be a little bit risky. He is looking to lose his Warp Prism, and he does. Meanwhile, no probes have gone down for Probe either. The only workers being taken out were on Bistork's end.
Yeah. I think there might have been a Zealot run by maybe happening. He still has that proxy pylon.
Oh, that he does. And Probe is looking to consolidate around there. He is going to get Archons up, but meanwhile, Bistork going to be moving in.
You pushing in. Oh, look at the Haluk Disruptors there.
That is
Bistork, does he want to try and...
I think, yeah, this has got Bistork spooked. He knows that there are
here it comes.
Disruptors here, but he doesn't know just how many are real. He's going to be looking to lift up some.
Oh,
and
he
lifts up the real ones. There we go. Oh, he has a... Yeah, it's because he has a Observer here. Does have the detection. Meanwhile, the Concave coming in from Bistork is so insanely good right now. I do not see Probe winning this engagement.
Yeah, but he has got another decent number of Archons.
Indeed, he does, and splash damage is just insanely good right now. All these units are clumping together, including charges, but GG is called. Bistork, the Stork himself, gonna be taking game number 1 of that best of 3 series.
Wow. Well, yeah, Phoenixes against Disruptors, pretty good, I would say.
Wow, Probe already made a lobby. No, wait, this map is banned.
What?
Just as a reminder, Eternal Empire and Zen are going to be the 2 maps that we are not going to be allowing in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So we shall see. Well, not US West, Singapore is going to be the second server. For the second game, Nightshade. There we have it, Probe coming into the clutch. And I have to wonder what we're getting what we're gonna get out of game number 2. Maybe this. I think a lot of people are a little bit surprised at Bistork's victory there, but I kind of feel like Bistork, he understands Probe really well. He didn't try to go for a committed timing push until he was absolutely certain he could, and even then, once he saw that that Probe was out on the map, just tried to take the engagement there instead of back at home. After all, you do not want to fight Probe where he has... You don't want to fight Probe where he's going to have shield batteries.
Yeah. Alright, that's... New game, new life. We are going to be going on to Nightshade for this second map. And boy, I want to see whether Probe, whether he decides to, go for maybe a proxy Stargate, maybe a proxy Robo. We'll never know until it happens. And this is going to be it. Sporting in the top left, the Blue Protoss, the 3-time ESL AZ Open Cup Fueled by Dare champion of the world. Representing Legacy Esports and Australia, this is Probe. And spawning in the bottom right, the Pink Protoss from Hong Kong, already up 1-0 in the series, representing Bull Bull Pain. This is Bistork.
Bistork. As a quick little reminder to anyone in the chat, exclamation mark, Matcherino. We do have quite a couple of codes available, as well as from last week. So if you're able to access last week's Matcherino page, enter code GPO27. And for this week, GPO28. You're contributing $1 out of no cost of your own.
And if you feel like you want to contribute more, you're more than welcome to. But anyway, looking like this pro for Bistork wants to get the proxy down pretty early here. Looking to go right into position for some proxy Stargate shenanigans.
This is what I like to see out of Bistork. We've been waiting for it all day, and finally, he is looking to deliver. It's probably about time, really, and Bistork definitely can take the risk, as he is already, surprisingly, up 1-0 in this best-of-3 series.
But Probe, with that scout, does see there's no second pylon in the base, so he can automatically assume, oh, hang on.
Something's a-coming.
Something's a-coming. And of course, Bistork going for those 2 adepts, trying to get some harassment down. Now he wants to go multiple adepts this time with that proxy Stargate to go for some multi-pronged harass. Very interesting to see. As Bistork with the BM pylon.
I don't think that's going to be taken out. I have a feeling that might actually just be allowed to finish there. Probe is a little bit preoccupied with a worker in his base, but does not need to worry about that anymore. Meanwhile, yep, there is the Oracle coming down from Bistork. And it's going to help out a ton, but Probe does manage to find it. And this should not be able to get too much done, but there are a couple of adepts that are out on the map for Bistork.
Multi-prong harass.
Absolutely. Oh, but you can't have a multi-prong if one prong has been blocked. That's what I always say.
Guess we'll have to see. Look, at Probe, he immediately knows. He's got the countdown ready and raring to go. Oracle going to be coming in, but there's only 2 stalkers here. Try and get some harassment
plus a shield
down.
battery. This is not going to be enough to one-shot probes. Just going to be throwing down the revelation. But opens up his... What does he? Wait, what?
What?
Oh,
I mean...
that was not a body block, apparently.
Yeah, no, he stopped short of his shade if he went a bit further.
Just 1 pixel up and to the right.
So he's gonna get the recall off. Does manage to kill off 1 adept. will throw down the natural as well, but Bistork already has his natural down. Probe already getting that blink up and ready to go.
That he does, and this is going to be looking like a entirely different game from game one. Probe just so ahead now in terms of the economy, in terms of his tech. This is not looking too good for a Hong Kong Protest player, I gotta tell you. Quirky.
Yeah, it does not. Another Revelate coming in.
Or reveal, if you will.
A revelation? No, that doesn't really work. There's just mass stalkers going to be here as proxy gateway from Probe. It's going to get immediately spotted here by this
you cannot
zealot.
Proxy a proxy player. That I can tell you for a fact, Quirky.
Yeah, but the stalkers are coming in. They may be actually able to save this.
But who's going to save the stalkers is going to be the big question there. The Immortal for Bistork is already out with a ton of sentries. This is, again, just not looking too bright here for Probe, but we'll see what he can get done. Blink has just finished, and will definitely help Probe keep this alive, but now Bistork gonna be looking in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, has got that War Prism as well. But, you know, if he can pick off a couple of these units and blink out, that would actually be pretty decent for Probe, so...
Oh, wait. Begins to say Sword does not manage to finish. Nice little snipe put up from the Stalkers. You know, once again, you gotta really respect the Immortal, like Probe is doing right now. He just does not want to int himself into that Immortal.
Well, might look to go for a bit of a sandwich here. 4 Stalkers up. Ooh, does manage to save them, but, you know, those Immortals of Bistork are a bit low, and he might try and go for the sandwich here with the high ground.
If this is a sandwich, it's missing a slice of bread.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was looking to go for the sandwich, but now his Stalkers are out of position. Does he have enough for a recall here?
He should barely have enough. Now, Bistork is doing what he wanted to do last game, but thankfully didn't. He is going all the way into Probe's face. That is why
managed to pick up the War Prism.
Exactly, picks up the War Prism, snipes the Immortals, and all Bistork is able to get done here is take out a shield battery, essentially.
Yeah, maybe some probe harassment in the main of Probe. So, yeah, it's confusing. I know, Kuro, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yep, welcome to Nightshade. Kuro loves observing on this map, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Kuro's favorite map, because it's so dark and edgy. But
when you redeem your group, please, it should be on a Nightshade game.
Oh. But yeah, it does look like at this moment Probe is just, you know, has that advantage, especially with the Stalkers, but now with 2 Immortals out here for Bistork, Probe was trying to snipe that Immortal, but shield batteries at that natural, keeping it alive.
That indeed it does. We want more Adepts trying to get a bit of a scout off, trying to get some harass if possible, but not quite. Does see that Probe has a 3rd base, and that should be a little bit of a kick for Bistork to either get his own 3rd or try to go for a push. So far, it looks like he's just going to be building into a push, which I'm not sure about that, Quirky.
Well, he has got charge. He has got +1. Bistork's only starting his +1 now. Like, Probe's gonna have that engagement. It's happening right now. And look at that amount of Stalkers compared to, you know, Bistork.
Anything that Bistork has, exactly. Just very low numbers. Even 2 Immortals, they're not gonna do too much when you have that many, when your opponent has that many Stalkers.
But Bistork has got that vision thanks to that Observer as... Now the Observer of Probe going to be spotting that. Does he want to snap that Observer? Oh. Oh no! Probe does lose his Observer here.
Definitely not ideal. Vision is absolutely the name of the game. Both players need to find openings, and when you have an Observer, that just makes it a million times easier.
Ooh. A depth run by going to be happening here. But look, there's a cannon in the mineral line there. So I don't think that's going to be doing too much for good old Bistork. But Probe decides to pull the trigger, does manage to snipe off one sentry there.
Indeed, he does, and that's absolutely key. Meanwhile, a cannon in the base of Probe is going to deter a lot of harassment here, and there's still a heck ton of stalkers back at home for Probe. This is not even the extent of Probe's full army.
No, it's not.
Just eclipsed in supply.
Yeah, I mean, 114 to 83, 70 to 39 army supply here. It is not looking good. I mean, look at the amount of stalkers. You can't really get any charge lots into that. As the third is looking to be taken here by Bistork, but it's already so far behind economically compared to Probe. He's had his third up for about 2 minutes now, maybe even more. As now all the recall going to be coming in. Does he want to get another? Oh, he actually just recalls the Warp Prism. There's nothing here. Proby's just damaged, killing all these probes at the natural.
And this is just adding insult to injury here. Probe, once his 2+2 is finished, which it is,
That's
looking to push in, but GG does not even need that push.
Wow.
Probe fighting back here, showing why he is the top player in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he's in cosplay.
In case you don't know, Probe is cosplaying as 2B from Near Ultima, as part of his 24-hour cosplay stream. Hopefully, we might host it after we finish the tourney here. But he does manage to look great. I will say he does look good in that cosplay. No homo.
Yeah, he is best girl.
Best girl. Yeah, Probe is best girl. But it does seem to be, you know, what we're looking at. See what Bistork wants to provide as the final map for this series.
It is going to be something to look forward to. Meanwhile, as we do have a look in the rest of the bracket, Gogo Joey beating out Quantel 2-0 is going to be our first semifinalist of the evening. We're going to have a little bit of a debate today of the top Hong Kong player. Personally, I think it has been settled, but it might not be for some people. So we're going to get an answer to that today. If Bistork wins the series, he will go up against Gogo Joey. And meanwhile, Pez has been able to take out Tech once and will now face Demi in the quarterfinals. Thuklao versus Ranger. Still going to be going on.
They haven't shown up at all.
They have. Well then, I guess Real Micah goes to the semis.
Alright, Similar Chrome. Going to be our third and final map for this series.
Alrighty then, we'll just get that set up on the Australia server.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we didn't start with Simulacrum, did we?
No, we started with Everdream.
Nice, okay. Yeah. Map 1. Match 1. Map 1 was Simulacrum. Yeah. Nailed it. And we're gonna have to just speculate. Do you think Bistork is gonna pull off another proxy? I don't know, I have a feeling he might. It's just in his nature.
I also got a feeling that Probe might want to try and scout for that.
Potentially.
You know, he may not.
May or may not. That is the name of the game. It's all up to you. You may not. That's for you to determine. And for you to determine, I don't mean for you to determine for Bistork. I mean, for Bistork to determine for himself. When I say you, I mean the player, not the viewer. Look. You know what I mean. Okay, I held my breath a little bit because I did click a couple of times just as we loaded in. Which usually tends to crash a game.
Yeah. But
I was worried, but now, no reason to worry.
Well, anyway, we are on to Simulacrum, or Simulacrum, however you like to pronounce it. for this last game of this series. So we're sticking it off with this player spot again, the top left. The Blue Protoss, representing Legacy Esports in Australia. This is Pro. And spawning in the bottom right, the Pink Protoss, representing Bol Pain and the nation of Hong Kong. This is Bistork.
And the world is his oyster right now. Well, for both players, they really are, but we have seen that Probe is really only cheeky when he has to be cheeky. He is known to be a little bit corrupted. He does go for a couple of one-base mothership builds. Not really a cannon rusher so much, but one-base disruptor drops, quick robo bay kind of things. But again, he generally only does those out of necessity.
Mm-hmm.
So we should be seeing him be a good little boy.
Who's a good little boy?
Prob's a good little boy. We'll just see up here. Ah, a little bit of ninja production gonna be set up here by Bistork. And usually at this position, if it's not a warp prism, it's gonna have to be a Stargate. But then again, could just be a scouting pylon. You never know. That's one thing. You have to get into the mind of the Protoss player, and you have to start thinking, what are they gonna be? What are they gonna be doing? Really, is the big question.
And okay, Bistork. This time he's going for double Stalker instead of these two devs that we've seen him been opening up with these past couple of games. So not looking too bad. But look at Probe, he's spreading here. He's getting those scouts out for 80 proxies. And he's got to find none. There are none out on the map.
Again, just a diligent, good little spotting boys there. So, yep, that pylon is just going to be a scouting pylon, or a spotting pylon, for Bistork, as it turns out. As we go into probably the most standard game of the series so far.
Oh, these two probes at the top, they might meet each other. Yeah, okay, look. Okay, I thought Bistork was going to go for a proxy, or maybe it was just scouting for one. He was like, you know what? Oh no, it was a Stalker. Oh. Okay, yeah, so he's scouting for proxies with Stalker. And Probe, he's making a Stargate in his own base? What?
What? Probe? Like, I don't think this is legal. Admins? Hello?
That's the proxy pylon for Bistork.
And he's keeping the Probe there, so that's not just going to be a scout.
He's already got one scouting pylon there. That Probe or Probes is...
Alright, warping in a Stalker.
Does he manage to see it, Probe? No, he doesn't.
Not. These are just going to be slow warp-ins for the time being, and there's the gateway. Bistork is just going to be so super aggressive here. Wants to get a foothold, but will he be able to get it? Probe is setting up his own army back at home. He's going to have a Phoenix for crowd control. For force fields.
He needs to be careful. May have to cancel this natural here.
Maybe, but it doesn't really have to yet. Bistork is chasing down these stalkers, and Probe, he's got an inkling. He kind of has a feeling that there's a proxy somewhere, but he's not going straight for it. Meanwhile, okay, not going to be targeting down the... Okay, now he's targeting down the natural base, which is absolutely a safe option. You do not want to int your stalkers up that ramp.
Okay, doesn't even cancel the natural here.
No, he does not. Probe
the Phoenix is a hit!
Confident, and he should be. And that is why not targeting down the Phoenix's Probe isn't. But it does mean that he has free reign on these sentries, on these stalkers. How is this going to turn out here? I personally have faith in Probe's defensive play. But
he's only got the Phoenixes! That's going to be a GG! Bistork taking down Wow.
Yorha 2B.
I'm sad now.
Well then, that was it. Yeah, Probe. Maybe a little bit cursed in Duckling events. This is not what anybody was expecting. I think everybody who looked at the bracket today, they looked at it and thought, oh yeah, we know who the champion's going to be. It's going to have to be our best player from Australia. But Bistork fighting back a little bit. I blame the cosplay. Personally.
Yeah. Oop. But right now, I think I might be getting into our first semi-finals. Okay, no,
Yeah,
they did
fairly
play.
quickly.
Okay, they did show up and play.
Hey,
It's going to be Ranger versus me and Micah. Ooh. Meanwhile, Pez versus Demi is still going.
That's actually a little bit of a rivalry there. The best player from Malaysia versus the best player from Vietnam. They actually don't face each other too much, but they are decently close. They talk with one another quite a lot. They practice with one another quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really a rivalry. I'm just trying to make the narrative.
Yeah.
I'm trying to come up with the narrative.
Yeah, it's alright. I think we hold up. We'll take. Yep.
Now, I'm just going to say, quick little shout out to Jet contributing $5 to the prize pool on Maturino. Sick City, USA. And yeah, that is about what we all wanted to see. Did you say that we're going into a break?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So we'll take a 5-minute break, and then we'll be back to cast the first semi-final between Go-Go Joey versus Bistork. Oh boy, Hong Kong versus Hong Kong, a PvZ of the ages.
That is going to put an end to the debate, I would say. The best player from Hong Kong.
Yes, indeed. Well, with that, we will be back after this quick break. We'll show you a duct tape. Don't forget to use !Maturino and use the code GPO28. And we will see you after this break. Don't go anywhere.